Hi everybody, it's Chris and Marilyn Byberg from the National House of Prayer coming to you today from Ottawa. Well, I want to talk to you today about Bill C-63. You've heard a little bit about it. I mean, even Jordan Peterson did a big hour-and-a-half talk on this just this week. It's a really important bill that we look at. There's essentially two kinds of bills. The first portion is really, really good, and then the second portion is beyond Orwellian. It is, George Orwell didn't even write about the thought police in the way this bill brings forward the thought police. So I'm going to get Marilyn to explain a little bit on what is involved.
Well, the part of the bill that Chris is talking about that's good, the part we like, it's the part that talks about not being able to share non-consensual intimate images. So that's good. We don't want that. Also, content that bullies children or sexually victimizes them or encourages them to harm themselves. We don't want any of that online at all. And that part of the bill is good. And actually, before I talk about the nefarious part, one of the things that we would love to see them do is to split the bill, two separate bills, because it's the second part that really needs to be separated. And I'm just going to highlight 3 points. There are more, but I'm going to highlight 3 points in this bill that we find pretty nefarious. The first point, they have something in there called preemptive punishment for crimes not committed. That's what I said, punishment for crimes not committed. So if someone's afraid that another person is going to commit a hateful crime, they can make a complaint, and a judge, if they find that there's reasonable grounds for this, the judge can say, okay, that sounds reasonable. So this person who is accused may have to wear an ankle bracelet. May have a curfew that's determined by the judge. They have to abstain from alcohol and drugs, and then they'll have to provide blood and urine samples to confirm the abstinence. Certain people they won't be allowed to communicate with, certain places they won't be allowed to go to, and that would all be determined by the judge. If you have any weapons, they'd have to surrender them. And if this person that's committed no crime fails to agree with these court-ordered violations, he or she could be sentenced for up to 2 years in prison. So this is someone that hasn't committed a crime at all.
And that's really interesting. Without a crime, without a trial, without due process, they are subjected to these draconian measures.
The other point that I want to point out is that federal cabinet can censor speech without input from Parliament. And this would carry the same force of law as legislation passed by Parliament. That means your member of Parliament would not have a say in representing their constituency. These decisions could be made behind closed doors with no public debate. So that's the second one. And the third one I want to highlight is anonymous complaints, no right to face one's accuser. The bill wants to allow complaints to be filed against Canadians in secret. This goes against centuries of common law tradition that say legal proceedings should be open and transparent.
So what do you need to do? First thing you should do is write a letter. Don't send an email. Emails are kind of effective, but handwritten letters are much more effective. So write to your constituency, actually write to the legislative office, because that is a free stamp. That'll take it right to them. Tell them your concerns. Tell them what you don't like about this bill. Be very nice, but also remember to tell them that you're praying for them. How else can you do this? Follow up. After you send this letter, follow up to say, have you received this letter? And one thing that we try to encourage at National House of Prayer is that try to get a meeting with your member of Parliament. Maybe come with a few of your friends that are from the riding to talk to them. Talk to them, share about your concerns. This is important. But also, I'm going to go back another step. Build a relationship, build a rapport. It's important that we do this.
And most importantly, don't forget to pray. I'm going to pray for our members to have heart change. Pray that they would have wisdom. Pray that they would have revelation to see the truth. And pray that they would have the courage to be able to do what's right. We're Chris and Marilyn Byberg, directors of the National House of Prayer, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye now.